There was a time in a man's life when everything fell apart at once. Not slowly, not gently, but all at the same time. He lost his job, a position he had worked tirelessly for, and with it, his sense of purpose and security. People he considered his closest friends, those he trusted with his deepest secrets, suddenly walked away, leaving a void of silence and betrayal. His heart felt heavy every morning he woke up, a physical weight in his chest that made each breath a struggle. The world outside seemed bright and full of life, but inside, his own world was dark and crumbling. At night, when the world was quiet and everyone else was asleep, his thoughts were loud, like a storm raging in his mind. He would toss and turn, staring at the ceiling, asking the same questions over and over again. Why me? Why is this all happening to me? He replayed every decision, every conversation, searching for an answer. What did I do wrong? Was it something I said, something I did? The questions echoed in the emptiness of his room, offering no comfort. And in his deepest moments of despair, a whisper of doubt would surface. Did Allah forget me? He felt completely alone, adrift in an ocean of sorrow. Each day was a mountain to climb, and he had no energy left to even take the first step. He tried to find work, but doors kept closing. He tried to reconnect with people, but the hurt was too deep. It felt like he was invisible, like his prayers were hitting a ceiling and falling back down, unheard. He would go to the mosque, sit in the back, and just watch others. He saw families laughing, friends greeting each other, and it only amplified his loneliness. He felt like a ghost, present but not truly there. One evening, utterly broken, he had nothing left, no energy, no hope, no one to turn to. He just fell to his prayer mat, not with grand words or eloquent supplications, but with raw, unfiltered tears. He didn't even know what to ask for anymore. He just cried. He cried for his lost job, for his lost friends, for the emptiness in his heart. He cried until there were no tears left. And in that moment of complete surrender, when he had absolutely nothing and no one else, he whispered, "Ya Allah, I have only you. I have nothing left but you." In that moment of pure vulnerability, something shifted. It wasn't a lightning bolt or a sudden miracle. It was a subtle, quiet warmth that spread through his chest. It was the feeling of being held, not by human hands, but by something far greater. He realized that in losing everything he thought he needed, he was finally forced to turn to the only one he truly needed all along. He had been looking for answers from the world, but the only answer he needed was with his Creator. From that day on, his perspective changed. He still didn't have a job, his old friends were still gone. But he wasn't alone anymore. He began to find comfort in his prayers, not as a chore, but as a conversation with his closest confidant. He started reading the Quran, and the words spoke directly to his situation, offering him patience and hope. He started to see Allah's signs everywhere, in the kindness of a stranger, in the beauty of a sunrise, in the strength he found to get out of bed each morning. Slowly, things began to change on the outside too. He found a new job, one that was even better and more fulfilling than his last. He met new people, genuine souls who valued him for who he was. His life didn't just go back to normal, it became more beautiful, more meaningful than it had ever been. He learned that sometimes Allah has to empty your hands of everything you are holding onto so that you can receive something far greater. He had to be brought to a point where Allah was all he had, only to realize that Allah was all he ever needed. His hardship wasn't a punishment, it was a redirection, a divine plan to bring him closer to his Lord, and to a life better than he could have ever imagined for himself. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more reminders.